I'm your host, Emily Hawk. I'm the special sections editor here at the Gazette, and with me today is her honoree, Freda Seiko with Cedar River Haven. So, Freda, can you first just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'd be glad to, Emily. I'm a 72-year-old woman. I'm kind of proud of that fact. I've made it that long. I've had a lot of different careers in my life. One of the probably best known for is I created Bug Soother, a natural bug repellent that kind of swept the world, and we were able to sell that business. And with it, I bought a church camp. And so at the age of 70, I started a whole new adventure. So I always say that's never too late. I used to call myself a second wind entrepreneur. And now it's
Mhm.
like I don't know how many winds down the road, but it's like I just keep going. And so that's what we're in the middle of doing. It's got several businesses associated. It's called Cedar River Ranch, and it's on the Cedar River. And there's several companies with it. And we've got a website if anybody's interested to look at it. But it has, I created businesses because I started a women's recovery center and a
Mhm.
long time dream of mine for about 35 years. And I was able to do that. We built a brand new building. One floor is for beds, at the bottom floor is classroom, workshop, craft room, exercise room, offices, living room, kitchen. Uh, and these businesses are where those women can start learning how to different skills.
Mhm.
So that's
Well,
kind of
that's
where I'm at today, is trying to keep all that going. And
yeah, yeah, and it's obviously your proof that it's never too late to start living some of your
it
dreams.
is.
So, thank you for sharing
I
that.
will warn people though, I get tired a lot more. I hit a peak about noon and then it starts going downhill. So
That's understandable. So you're obviously being recognized for your work with Cedar River Haven. Could you
Mhm.
maybe tell us what inspired or currently inspires you to do this work?
Yeah, I'm 40 years in recovery myself. I was given a new chance many, many years ago. I was lucky enough to have a family. I had a home. I had a job. I was able to keep that job. And then over the course of the years, I met many, many women who weren't so lucky. You know, they had lost
Mhm.
everything. They'd ended up in corrections. And I used to go down to the Mount Pleasant prison and I would take the 12-step program into the ladies down there. We took about 100 women through that, and what just kept shouting out at me, uh, they don't have much of a chance. You know, sorry, they've got so many challenges going on that they don't really, they can't make it. And so
Mhm.
that was kind of, I'd already wanted to do this long before that too, but after that I was convicted in wanting to do that.
Mhm.
And at that time, the church camp had come up for sale, but I didn't have the money to buy it, and that was in 2008, and that was the same year I created Bug Soother. So the story goes on. You know, sometimes we believe in divine intervention, that the reason the success of Bug Soother was to be able to do this work, and that it all kind of coincided. And sometimes the answer to prayers is not yet. Well, that's kind of
Absolutely.
a lot of language here. You know, it is. You know, I work a lot with women. You know, particularly that's where my heart's at. You know, and it's a devastating disease. And then if you throw some mental illness in there, which we deal with that a lot with the ladies, it's
Mhm.
really tough for them to get back on their feet. And it's people from all walks of life. Some of them have college degrees. Some of them, you know, were in a park, you know, so, or
Mhm.
in prison or jail. So it's a wide variety of ladies that we're trying to give another chance to.
Absolutely. And thank you for doing that work. Could you maybe tell me what bold choices you've had to make to get to where you are today?
Oh, there's hundreds of them. I'm a risk taker by nature. I've got a daughter, Nikki Salick, who comes and cleans up all the pieces for me. And I've got a
Mm.
sister that works for me that runs a program. And then my husband is always helping, and my son in law. But uh, wanting to do what I did now, had I known how hard that was going to be, and the challenges, we hit it right at COVID. It was hard to get materials. There was just a lot of challenges that came up, but it's a beautiful place, and sometimes it's just hanging on, just to get through it. And then there's some days I wake up and I think, why am I doing this? We could be sitting on a beach somewhere, but I'm not much of a beach sitter, so that really doesn't make any sense. And then I get up the next day and renewed. Like I have a lot of support around me too. I always sometimes I forget to mention that it's a award for this work, but there's a lot of people involved in that. I just get to be the face of it.
Thank you for sharing that. And could you also maybe tell us what advice you have for others who are currently building their stories?
Um, I heard one time at a conference that I kind of hang on to. That some lady said, "Say yes to the universe," and I love that. A lot of times we talk ourselves out of opportunities we could have had just because we think we can't do it, and sometimes it's taking a deep breath and giving it a shot. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But I was able to become a firefighter and EMT years ago. Had no plans to do that, but somebody asked me and I said yes. And I ended up loving it. And that's been my experience with a lot of stuff. And then sticking it through when the times are really hard and, having some kind of faith that it's not going to always be easy and there's going to be challenges. And sometimes it's going to look like it might have been a mistake, but plowing through it. Because with bug soother, people, one article said, the best way I've heard it ever expressed is overnight success 10 years later, because there was many, many ups and downs in that business. And I had a vision of something that could be big because of how it's sold locally, and
Hmm.
we were able to go to London to shows in Colombia and Panama and, take it around the world, just because we hung in there.
I think that's some excellent advice, Frida. So I will go ahead and just end with that. Thank you so much. And thank you to our viewers for helping us celebrate our 2024 Her Women of Achievement. For all of our 2024 Her Honorary interviews, go to www.her.today. Thank you so much, Frida.
Thanks, Emily. Bye bye.